Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, the Federal Aviation Administration says they have found the cause of that nationwide system outage that grounded thousands of flights yesterday. And continuing coverage on those classified documents found at President Biden's former office, an additional set of those documents from Biden's past were discovered during a search of a second location. Also, the Buffalo Bills say Damar Hamlin was discharged from the hospital yesterday and will continue his recovery at home with his team.
And good morning, everyone. Take a look at a live view courtesy of the Cuero ISD Weather Book camera. We're seeing clear skies on the outside, a few high clouds, but very few and far in between. Main story is the temperature is nice and cool this morning, temperatures in the 50s. And what about the rest of the day and the rest of the week and the weekend? We'll take a look coming up.
An area football coach is calling it a career. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain. Today is the 12th day of January 2023. The time is now 6:30 on your Thursday morning, and on this day in 2010, a magnitude 7 earthquake devastated Haiti, killing more than 200,000 people and leaving more than 1 million homeless. Today, we remember those lives lost. And now we turn to First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining for a look at our forecast. Good morning, Trey.
And thank you, Carolina. Good morning. Good morning. Temperature 56 degrees in Victoria. We've dropped a few degrees since about last half hour or so. Northerly winds still about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Dew points in the 50s, of course. Dry air working on through. And we'll be in the 60s all day long today. Nowhere near our record high we had yesterday of 84 degrees. So definitely turned toward the cooler. And all the rain, not rain, but the cloud cover is in the Gulf of Mexico, keeping our visibility 12 miles to visibilities today. No fog issues because of the dry air mass and weather windy conditions to come. And a few rain showers along the frontal boundary have made it into the Gulf of Mexico south of about Brazosport, Galveston area. No rain for us. Sunny skies, temperatures, and also the wind will be an issue as we go throughout the day today. Notice by 9 a.m. we'll see the sustained winds over 20 miles per hour with gusts over 30. That'll take us through the rest of the afternoon into the evening time, where it'll begin to settle down a little bit by about 7 o'clock or so. Almost calm winds by wake-up time for your Friday, which allow those temperatures to drop fairly rapidly tonight, with 30s and 40s anticipated for us. Once again, the temperatures are starting off near 50 to 60 degrees, 40s in the overnight, and 50s again by your noontime on your Friday. So, cool couple of days, but seeing some rain chances for next week. That's certainly good news. What day next week? We'll take a look at that later on in the full forecast to come. Be a good idea to bring a light jacket or sweater with you today and keep it around for the next few days. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. The Cuero Record reports a woman was thrown from her vehicle Wednesday afternoon after a crash on U.S. Highway 183 North. The woman, 34-year-old Parish Brazil of Cuero, was transported to a Victoria hospital where she later died. Reports say Brazil did not have her seatbelt fastened when she was thrown from the vehicle. The crash happened Wednesday afternoon around 4:45, just 2 miles outside of Cuero, near Lockhart Cemetery Road. The other person involved was not hurt. Flights are taking off again after a computer outage put a hold on all departures nationwide. The Federal Aviation Administration says a corrupted file is to blame for the outage to the Notice to Air mission system. More than 8,000 flights were either delayed or canceled. DOT leaders say so far there is no evidence of external or nefarious activity. Congress and the Biden administration are expected to open investigations into the incident. We'll go to Washington for a closer look at that nationwide outage later on Sunrise. This morning, President Biden facing new scrutiny over his handling of classified documents after the discovery of another batch of documents, and we're told this time the papers were found in a different location.
This morning, ABC News has learned President Biden's legal team has found a second batch of classified documents, just days after the White House confirmed classified records were found at Biden's former D.C. office last November before the midterm elections. Sources say after that first batch of about 10 documents was found, aides began searching for more documents, leading to this second discovery. Republicans want Attorney General Merrick Garland to appoint a special counsel to investigate, as was done in the Mar-a-Lago documents case, focusing on former President Trump's handling of documents.
Merrick Garland said, we have to have a special prosecutor for Trump. Well, that means we've got to have one for Biden.
Some Democrats also critical of the president.
Classified documents belong in classified settings.
No word yet on where the latest documents were found or how many there were. The House Oversight Committee is vowing to investigate. Its chairman is demanding to see the documents.
He said, well, there's only 10 documents in that first batch. We don't know how many in this second batch.
The White House says, unlike in the Mar-a-Lago case, as soon as Biden's lawyers found the first batch of documents, they alerted the National Archives, which told the Justice Department, which has now launched a review.
This is an ongoing process. As soon as his lawyers realized these documents were there, they did the right thing and immediately turned them over to the archives.
Christy Aletto, ABC News, New York.
The Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin's condition continues to improve. The team says he was discharged from a Buffalo hospital and will continue his rehabilitation at home and with the team. This 24-year-old suffered cardiac arrest on the field 9 days ago. He was transferred from a hospital in Cincinnati to the Buffalo facility on Monday. A wanted Hallettsville man is in custody of the Hallettsville police. Police say the man was arrested during a traffic stop Wednesday. This was the traffic stop in the 200 block of East 4th Street. The man had an outstanding warrant out of the Victoria Police Department. Authorities say methamphetamine was also found during a search of the vehicle. Here are some of the top headlines you'll read in this week's Queer Record. DeWitt County officials are sworn in by taking their oath of office, and Xavion Tristan Foley is declared as the first baby of 2023. Plus, Alpha Life Nutrition hosts a ribbon-cutting ceremony. You can read these stories and more at DeWittCountyToday.com. All right, get your cell phone and scan this QR code. It's our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts, photo interview report, get the latest news, weather, and sports, and learn all about our ongoing contest right there on the app. Submit those news tips and photos. The time is now 6:36 on your Thursday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. A man was asked to leave a Victoria motel last week.
D's Justin Finch. U.S. airports are back online after yesterday's nationwide ground stoppage. Well, we are now learning about the computer glitch that disrupted flights and frustrated passengers again.
And temperatures in the 50s and 60s today through the 12 noon hour for your day and in your day on Friday. What about the rest of the weekend coming up? And next week, seeing some rain chances. We'll take a look coming up in your forecast.
When it comes from McAdams, it shows you care. The freshest flowers, the prettiest plants, balloons and gift baskets too. If beautifully unique is what you seek, making lasting impressions is what we do. Always the very best value for you. When it comes from McAdams, it shows you care.
Stay up to date with what's happening in the Crossroads by downloading the Crossroads Today mobile app. You'll get instant alerts to your phone or tablet the minute breaking news or weather happens. Only the free Crossroads Today mobile app features weather updates for local sports. The Crossroads Today app gives you the ability to stream our daily newscasts when you're on the go and share pictures or tips straight to our newsroom and so much more. Brought to you locally by Prosperity Bank with 12 locations serving the Crossroads area.
Why were you selling it?
I needed the money.
A friend helped to offload her motorcycle.
So he told you he had a buyer for $8,000?
Yes.
But after money changed hands...
You paid for the bike?
$8,000. She was left empty-handed.
He gave me $1,800.
Why didn't you pay her? What's the reason? What you did was you stole from her. You're a thief.
Next, Judge Judy.
Tired of your typical clock in, clock out job? You need a rewarding career in an entertaining environment that you'll enjoy. Take yourself out of the box and come to the Victoria Television Group. We have an active, fun, creative atmosphere that can help you succeed and keep those everyday work blues away. Come join our energetic and outgoing sales team. Renew your career and learn to use skills you didn't know you had. Call us 361-575-2500 or email opportunity@victoriatelevision.com for more information.
Good morning. Trey Mining here. Take a look at the high temperature change coming up for the next couple of days to kind of give you an idea where we are should be normally for this time of year and what plus the temperatures we expect to have. By the time we get to 11 o'clock today, we'll be at 4 degrees above normal, according to this weather model right here. Right at normal coming up early in the morning on your Friday. And then we'll see those temperatures getting near normal and staying that way for a little while. And then by Saturday at 9 o'clock, 2 degrees above normal. Then temperatures rise rapidly after that as high pressure exits to the east and have return flow of warmer air. We'll be 16 degrees above normal by the time we get to your Monday. So you kind of get an idea. We're getting near normal briefly, back up to above normal before the weekend is out. And temperatures here, of course, in the 50s and 60s area-wide, and they'll continue to be pretty much where they are right now through the rest of the day with sunny skies. Lows in the low 40s, even some 30s up there from Gonzales to Yoakum to Cuero, this coming up for your early Friday morning. So definitely be coat weather coming up for the early morning hours tomorrow, and jacket or sweater throughout the majority of the daytime today and tomorrow. Your full forecast comes around a little bit later on this half hour. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. A local coach is hanging up his whistle after the school year. Sports Director Gino Perez has more.
Howdy Crossroads, the longtime coach and athletic director at Hallettsville is calling it a career. According to the Hallettsville assistant principal Mason Briscoe, Tommy Pensick turned in his letter of resignation on Friday, January 6th. Pensick will continue to have his normal duties and will be acting as AD until a new one is hired. Pensick will retire at the end of the 2023 school year. He led the Brahmas to the state championship game in 2020 for the first time in its history, falling in overtime 29-28. The East Lady Titans dominated throughout its game with Miller. The Lady Titans outscored the Lady Buccaneers in the first quarter 16-4 and continue to put the pedal to the metal, leading 33-9 at halftime. The East defense would give up more points in the second half than the first, but nothing to worry about. Final score 52-26 Titans. Nevaeh Sanchez led the team with 14 points scored and making 4 from beyond the arc in the process. That's your 25 Sports Now.
We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. We now turn to Washington, where Congress is pledging to investigate the FAA computer malfunction that led to the first nationwide flight ground stoppage since 9/11. The glitch marks the latest frustration for U.S. air travelers following Southwest Airlines' major meltdown that led to more than 15,000 flight cancellations over the holidays.
Airports across the country, questions and confusion.
When I walk in, it's just pure chaos.
We got called for boarding, started the boarding, and then all of a sudden they called us off.
More than 10,000 U.S. flights delayed and over 1,300 canceled Wednesday. The first nationwide ground stoppage since 9/11, now traced to an FAA system failure undergoing routine maintenance. A senior official says it appears an FAA computer engineer mistakenly replaced one file with another. The essential system then began showing problems before failing, despite FAA staffers' efforts to identify the issue.
We're going to own it, we're going to find it, and we're going to fix it.
ABC News learning the FAA first noticed a concern with its NOTAM, or Notice to Air Mission Systems, which provides real-time safety information to pilots before takeoff, on Tuesday. The backup system kicked in and the main system followed. But ongoing issues overnight prompted the FAA's 7 a.m. nationwide ground stop, which was lifted by 9 a.m., but widespread delays had already begun.
What people need to know is that we will not allow anything to take place that is not safe.
Hours after that FAA ground stop, Canada's NOTAM system also saw outages. Officials in Canada don't believe the two outages are connected. The FAA fallout again puts aging air industry technology in the spotlight. Southwest Airlines partly blamed its cancellation of more than 15,000 flights 2 weeks ago on its own outdated system. And concerns about flights today. A top member of the Allied Pilots Association says the ripple effects of delays and cancellations from that ground stoppage could linger into Friday. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Liverpool, was your flight canceled
joined
or
now
delayed
by
due to the FAA system outage? All right, let's take a look. Okay. Oh, 6% of you say your flight was indeed canceled. None of you say your flight was delayed, and 94% of you say that you did not have travel plans. All right, come to crossroadstoday.com/vote. You can also scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. A man was asked to leave the property of a Houston Highway motel last week. 73-year-old Gerard Paul was visiting from out of town when he ran into issues at the Motel 6. Paul had air conditioning issues and complained about noise issues as well. He asked the front desk for help, and when help didn't come, he asked to speak with a manager, which didn't happen either. Police were called and Paul was asked to leave. He was there only a few hours and demanded a refund of about $50, but was denied. He said he was never able to speak with a manager and ended up driving to Sinton to stay somewhere else. Victoria police say they did respond to the incident, but the officer determined it is a civil matter and the motel did ask Paul to leave. All right, coming up, we have an in-studio interview with Oscar Torres from UHV, and he has what you need to know about Super Saturday at UHV. Don't go anywhere.
Just celebrating New Year's, you and me. We got a string of murders we're trying to solve here, and I need answers.
What does Victor have on my son?
No.
General Hospital on ABC.
Walking in heels is no joke. Please, knees, don't knock on me now. Thursday, Sherry is live.
We went to Mass.
Oh, you told me.
Wait, this is a great
Bob
story.
Iger, so our boss.
Our boss's
boss's boss.
Say what you said in the text.
I said it is akin to seeing your teacher in the mall.
Next 5, Rosie Perez, plus the best me in 23.
So I sat there and Mark goes, there's Bob, go say hi. And I was like, no, nobody move.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's an eye-opening video for parents everywhere.
Every stop that I made, like every place that I went at, the car was just there.
That's 13-year-old Daniel Casino running from a car that he says followed him through this Katy, Texas neighborhood. Look closer. As Danny rides to a nearby friend's house, the car is seen driving up to the home before taking off. His parents describing the ordeal to GMA.
We called the police station, got somebody on. They came out pretty quickly.
He realized there was a car following him from step one. I believe that that's what saved Daniel from a horrible, life-changing situation.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear from their quick-thinking son and have the expert advice parents everywhere need to know. With your GMA First Look, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, New York.
Struggling with the highs and lows of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms with Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Good morning, good morning. Take a look at the temperatures throughout the day, starting off in the 50s and 60s this morning, and pretty much staying that way through the mid to late morning. In the mid 60s or so for the afternoon high, and then cooling down quite nicely in the overnight tonight, Friday morning. Will be well into the low 40s, even some 30s coming up, and should be above freezing though. as we go throughout the rest of the day. And then Friday, we'll be back in the 60s again. And keep repeating that into your day on Saturday. Looking at the future tracker, no precipitation for us. All that's along the frontal boundary and well toward Louisiana, Mississippi, with dry air continuing to move in, which will give us clear nights, a few high clouds from time to time, but nothing to really change the weather pattern. And once again, the temperatures today well into 60s by the afternoon time, and then cooling off into the 30s and 40s coming up early for your Friday morning. Big coat time tomorrow. Definitely feeling more like January at that time. And we've got your full forecast a little bit later on before we go this half hour. Back to you, Carolina.
I'm joined now by Oscar Torres with the University of Houston, Victoria, here to talk to us about their upcoming Super Saturday event. Welcome to Sunrise.
Thank you for having me.
So, Oscar, talk to us about Super Saturday. When is it and where?
Yeah, absolutely. So this Saturday, January 14th, UHV has the Super Saturday event to where students who need to register for spring classes, it's going to be located in our University Commons building, 3006 North Bay Wilson Street, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So come on and get registered for spring classes.
And who can expect, or who should be there? I know probably current students, but can prospective students who aren't even enrolled attend?
Correct, yeah. So it is geared to like all students who need to get enrolled for the spring semester, but it's also for those students who are maybe coming into UHV for the first time and they need help registering. We're going to have academic advisors, we're going to have financial aid, student billing, admissions, or they need to submit documents. And the best part about it, they get a free t-shirt on the process, so why not come and get enrolled for classes?
Oh, free merch is everything.
Absolutely.
So that leads to my next question.
Okay.
What can we expect? So free merch.
Yeah, free merch, again, enrolled in classes, but also too, just to kind of get to know more about UHV. So if there's like any questions students may have, now's the time to get all those questions answered. We're going to have representatives from various departments, so we're going to be there to kind of guide them through the transition before classes begin that Tuesday.
And this is also for those courses being taught at the Katy campus.
Yeah, so we are going to have in-person, and we're also going to have virtual sessions as well too. So for any students, usually upper division, like transfer students, if they need to take classes at the Katy campus, we'll have virtual lobbies for them to join in through Microsoft Teams as well. So.
And y'all have such a wealth of programs. I'm sure there's new programs this year. Yeah. So people will definitely want to learn all about it on Super Saturday from 10 o'clock
to 1 p.m.
to 1 p.m.
Yes.
at the UHV University Commons.
Absolutely, yes. So come on out and we'll be happy to have y'all.
All right, great. Well, thank you, Oscar, for making it on Sunrise.
Yes, thank you.
And coming up, don't go anywhere. News to know before you go.
Eerie new details about the Idaho murder suspect. I do get a sense this is a game to him.
The game he believed he was winning.
His interaction with law enforcement. Seems like he's answering questions that aren't asked. He's deflecting. What crime experts are saying about the DNA.
The car is a rolling crime scene.
You think he left that sheath on purpose?
It could have just been a calling card.
New Dr. Phil.
Congrats on the historic win for her movie Coda last year. What did y'all do that night to celebrate?
My bedtime is 9 o'clock, and I was up till 1 and 2, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm out of here.
Plus, Tyler Posey. Do you have any tattoos? Are you covered at all?
I actually am.
Oh, shoot. That's a lot of sitting down with a needle.
Why were you selling it?
I needed the money.
A friend helped to offload her motorcycle.
So he told you he had a buyer for $8,000?
Yes.
But after money changed hands...
You paid for the bike?
$8,000. She was left empty-handed.
He gave me $1,800.
Why didn't you pay her? What's the reason? What you did was you stole from her. You're a thief.
Next, Judge Judy.
To celebrating New Year's, you and me. We got a string of murders we're trying to solve here, and I need answers.
What does Victor have on my son?
No.
General Hospital on ABC.
Walking in heels is no joke. Please, knees, don't knock on me now. Thursday, Sherry is live.
The Bluebonnet Youth Ranch starts the 2023 Charity Concert Series with one of country music's greatest voices. Gene Watson. With a career that has spanned decades and multiple #1 hits, Gene Watson performs live January 19th at the Leo J. Welder Center to benefit the Bluebonnet Youth Ranch. Proudly presented by the Victoria Television Group.
And now it's time for today's question of the day. 43% of couples have had a heated argument regarding the proper way to do this. What is it? All right. Thank y'all so much for your guesses this morning. Whoa, we have a bunch more. Y'all are waking up with us this Thursday. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. Kenneth is guessing how to fold clothes. And John is betting how the roll of toilet paper goes on over the top or under, but maybe that's only at his house. Melanie says, whose turn is it to wash the dishes? Heather says how to cook. Uh-oh, we're getting kind of personal here. Driving the dishwasher, loading the dishwasher. All right, thank you all so much for taking part in today's question of the day, and we'll go ahead and give y'all the answer. The answer is how to load the dishwasher. Thank y'all so much for taking part. Be sure to figure out a peaceful way to get the dishes done. And we'll continue on to News to Know before you go. More snow and rain fell into Northern California on Wednesday, and even more could be on the way. The snow is causing treacherous conditions on the roads. Mounds of snow line the roadways and nearly bury traffic signs. Weather experts say the Sierra could see more than 4 feet of snow through the holiday weekend. They say the potential for significant snow could likely make travel more difficult from Saturday through Monday. After an hours-long rescue effort, a Pennsylvania contractor is safe after a trench caved in on him. Crews in Allentown pulled the worker from the trench late Wednesday night. The contractor, as well as another employee, were working on sewer lines in the backyard of a home when the trench caved in. Firefighters responded to the scene, and the first worker was able to climb out with the assistance of a ladder. Rescuers used buckets and other tools to dig around the man in order to ease pressure of the dirt. As they worked to pull him out, the man remained conscious throughout the rescue efforts, but rescue crews are not sure of the extent of his injuries. Wow. One of the incentives available to companies located in the Port of Victoria is a tax abatement program. The City and County of Victoria have established guidelines for reinvestment zones and granting tax abatements. The Port of Victoria says applicants must meet certain economic qualifications. Abatements are granted for up to 8 years. Contact the Port of Victoria for more information. The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center reports Victoria had a 2-day blood supply. Type O blood is at a 1-day supply. Platelet and O donors are needed. O negative blood is critical in trauma care and is one of the first to run low because of its high demand, as it is the universal blood type. Platelets are needed since they only have a shelf life of up to 5 days and help cancer patients continue treatment. Here's a look at some of the top headlines you'll read in this week's Port Lavaca Wave. Calhoun County ISD administrators have presented a new math framework which came out of a Texas Education Association grant. Renovations are expected for the Port Lavaca Animal Shelter, including maintenance and a new enclosure. And law enforcement has made 12 arrests in the month of January. It's not even over yet. You can read these stories and more at portlavacawave.com. Move over, Mars. NASA is touting a new discovery that has potential for habitable life. This is an illustration of an exoplanet the space agency is calling TOI 700E. A NASA mission spotted the Earth-sized planet about 100 light years away. They say it is the 4th planet orbiting a small star's habitable zone. That is the zone where a planet is at a safe enough distance from the star that it can potentially have liquid water on the surface. Scientists say the potential for water also suggests the potential for life. Researchers say this system is one of a few with multiple small habitable zone planets that they have confirmed exist. All right, let's go ahead and get y'all to download our Crossroads Today Plus app. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, on your cell phone as well. Let's go ahead and get that last look of our forecast with Trey Mining.
All right, let's take a look at the temperatures once again, near 60 degrees and staying that way throughout the majority of the day today. Cooling off into the 40s and upper 30s coming up by tomorrow morning. Future tracker shows the cloud cover is pretty much out of the picture, except for a few high clouds from time to time. And then we're looking pretty good with a cool feel to the air. And we'll be about 60s today, sunny skies. And then tonight, lows in the 40s, bundle up. And then we'll see sunny skies again tomorrow. Make it a great day today, Carolina.
Thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Thursday. Come to crosswordtoday.com for more local news, weather, and sports. And join James, Dawn, Trey, Karina, and Gino today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, 10.